Get strong.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and welcome to a elegant experience here on the Amateur Otaku. I'm your host of tonight, the Mad Dog Isak, and joining me yet again is Nathan, the Arkwinder. How's it going, man?
I am I am okay. I am very sleepy, but I am okay.
Hard day at work?
Yeah, yeah. But at least now I got some Spy Family to talk about. Uh, and you know what? I like that series, so you know what? That might rejuvenate me a bit talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, we are all, we are both students of Henry Henderson after all, but as the title suggests, we are yet again having a what the are going on with X manga chapter, because this story arc kind of came out of nowhere to an extent, because people didn't think that as I don't know if I would call Henry important character, but he's
Henry's
certainly involved.
Henry's S
involved
tier.
uh,
He's Henry, my man's S tier, man. He's the goat character. Of course, he's
yeah,
important.
he's the goat, but if from the perspective of the importance of the story, he didn't have that big of a role. And then just suddenly we see a backstory between him and Becky's, should I say, bodyguard here?
Driver,
And driver? Yeah.
like,
I'm saying
yeah.
bodyguard considering the a previous arc.
Touche.
Yeah. And it's yeah, as I but for those that are anime only, I hope you didn't click on this video. But if you are and still somehow is on this chapter video, I highly recommend you to just end this video and come back later once you have read it, or when the anime is covering this, whenever that is. Maybe season 3 or season 4. No, season 4 should probably it, if honestly.
Yeah, go read the manga right now. Drop what you're doing, go read that manga, the Spy Family manga. It's
elegant.
S tier.
S tier.
Yeah,
But
it's S tier alone for Isak because of your. But everything else is also just as good.
Yeah, that's just cream. The cream. Okay, now.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on here.
I don't know the official name of this arc, so we're just gonna call it the things that will never be. And this is when you get the knowledge of that there is a tragic, should I say, romance between Martha and Henry that fall apart thanks to the war that has going on, and it has not been some good relationship between these countries, that's for certain.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, also side note, this arc's called like the Love and War arc, according to like the wiki.
Okay, then we changed the title. Yeah. Did you say Love and War arc?
Yeah, Love and War arc. Yeah. But yeah, like talking about this, the Love and War arc, it starts out after like the dance Vala prom, like for like the students at the academy, where like major plot development. Spoiler alerts. No, Anya told Damien that she can read minds. Like that's what there's a whole like funny, like kind of like very charming way how that was like done in the manga. Go like again, but yeah, it's like it's really good. And like, and after that, this is after the arc. Like Becky's now talking to her bodyguard / driver Martha, and Martha's just telling the story about her younger days about the story between her and Mr. Henry Henderson, Mr. Elegant, my king, my goat.
Yeah, and it's a tragic one to say the least.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Martha and Henry the Elegance? I figure not. It's not a story that's never mind. I don't know how to end this joke, but regardless, it is
insert Star Wars reference here.
yeah, exactly. So it's I might as well just do a quick summary, like not like a full summary, just like kind of like the synopsis, basically, like basically back in the day, like Henry, Henry and Martha like knew each other. They went to the same academy. They both despite Henry being like a few years older, they had like they had like kind of like a little spark of romance. You know what I mean? Like a kind of like a like this kind of click in some ways, but just due to like the political climate at the time and the war, like Martha has to go to go fight for the army. I'm pretty sure she registered, like she just enlisted herself, or
she enlisted herself.
Yeah, and she enlisted, and Henry stayed behind, and because of but then Henry thinks Martha died because like her battalion got wiped out, but it turns out she was alive. She snuck back to the homeland, and then she finds out that Henry got married with someone else, and that's like, oh, that dang man, that's. The series just kind of ripped your heart out there for a second there.
Yeah, and you pretty much summarized the entire arc in a nutshell. Faster than I could have done myself. Well done, Sir Arkwinder.
Thank you. Even when I'm sleepy, I can still cook.
And I need to hear from you before I go into my feelings regarding that. But what were your opinion of this arc in general?
I really like this arc. It's provide some great characterization towards Mr. Henry and Martha. Two characters are kind of like they're like good likable characters, but there's not like you don't know like they're like inner selves. You don't know like their the cores of their characters, like what helped what made them the people they are today. And I really appreciate kind of like this just whole like this whole like kind of this arc where we do learn how they were, like how their stories overlapped, and we also learn about the world building, like the history of the world a bit more, like some like nice details there, like quick tangent. I really kind of I don't know why I like this kind of detail where Martha enlisted in like the army and like and all that, but Henry was able to stay behind because I think in the story they said, oh, he's because he was like a teacher or something, he was excluded from. Huh?
It's because he was a teacher, yes.
Yeah, he was a teacher, so he got excluded from going to the army. So like I found that kind of like, because usually in a lot of other stories it would be like the reverse, because like the guy goes to war, then the lady goes to just stays behind. But I just kind of like that little small detail. But so yeah, there's like a lot of like great characterization, some nice wholesome moments, with regards to like the with the characters, which the series is excellent for. Like it's when it comes to wholesomeness and character writing, chef's kiss. And and at the end, while I did mention the love story didn't have a good ending, in the sense of they didn't end up together because of the war. It's at the end of the storyline, like just where we see Martha and Henry, they're meeting up somewhere. They see each other at a they run into each other, and at least they kind of like, it's like they, after talking for a bit, they just sit, Henry asked her, hey, you want to go get some tea or something? And it's kind of like it's just like the that little spark's still there. Like whether it how it goes on, like how it proceeds with how with these two characters who have had lifetimes of different experiences, how this goes compared to like when they were as young adults. That will the story will decide that, but it does show that the ending has like kind of a bittersweet thing. We're like, oh, they didn't have like a good ending, but like when they were young. But hey, maybe now, maybe things will be different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the reason also why I wanted to cover doing this episode is sort of, and while I do think you're on point, because I don't know if you have noticed it, but people complain a lot about where is Anya, where is Lloyd, sort of like that, because they wanted more of those. But I feel like giving them a backstory here was a perfect way of evolving the world as we know, and it's not like he just took two characters, just took two random characters that we never interacted with in the first place. Like, here's a random teacher from another sector that you haven't seen. Here's his backstory all of a sudden, and so that. And if that had been the case, then yes, I could have understood the critic critic, or should I say backlash a bit more, but so understand it a bit. But this is characters that have
Yeah,
people have fallen in love and all that jazz. I
yeah,
mean, Henry Henderson become a fan favorite after his introduction of the in the anime.
yeah, exactly, and that exactly. Yeah, and like no, I get the back like why people would not like an arc that doesn't focus on Anya, Yor, or Lloyd, because you know what, everyone likes those three. Like they're like the iconic trio of the series, so I get that. But you know, it's in this arc defense, it's a yeah, Spy Family. It comes out every 2 weeks. It's so I understand why people might be a bit more like a bit more snark or like because it's by because like there's like like release dates between chapters are longer, so it makes you want like that what you want like the main drive of the series. But in this arc's defense, it's like 6 chapters. It's like and it's and if someone just was rereading the series, like when the series is done, like in a few years, they'll and like it's they're just rereading these chapters. It will probably like they'll probably be a lot less hard to get through. Just like it's like it's much more of a breeze since I don't have to wait. It's like a few months for like to get back to like the your Anya and Lloyd stuff.
Yeah, and like I said, there is importance of world building, and even if you're a grounded Cold War Cold War style drama with comedic elements, I mean, sure, this isn't One Piece when you need to expand 700 different type of countries and religion, and you get what I mean.
Yeah, it's just
But
it's just 2 countries on the map. It's like we don't need anything more complicated than that. We just need to just know the perspectives of of just the people who live in those 2 countries and how like the war affected them. Not to say you can't like have like maybe have like a like I'm just simply spitballing here. It's not like you can. It's not like you can't have like a character who's like say from a third nation who's just kind of like a observer state, being like, huh, like being like, huh, well, that's just kind of crazy down there. But that would be a lot more pointless. Like if anyone calls this arc pointless, I would say no, not really. Again, it helps. So and again, world building and character writing because the Lloyd arc gave us a lot more details about the arc, and this arc does do the same thing, while also kind of emphasizing like
from the
what
from
yeah
the other side
yeah
of the perspective,
yeah, exactly. That's it. It just gives us like the Lloyd side of things, like from his side, and like how like how like people on like the like from like Henry and Martha from like the other country are like how they saw the war. So like in kind of like how like they both of them both like in both instances like the characters quite miserable. They're like, why did this have to happen? Why does we have to go through this war? Like so it's like kind of like showing that both sides they they're like despite whatever like the reasons were why this war started, it just shows like the civilians ultimately they just didn't want this war. They just wanted to live in peace. Whether how they develop why the war started, that's what we something in a later arc I predict. But that both of these instances just give us the civilian perspective of the war.
Yeah, and that which is the what's it called? It's this thing that drives the story. People outside of the head honcho Desmond, no one wants another war.
Yeah.
So it's just
Oh yeah.
showing.
Desmond was also in this arc. He made a little cameo there. I'm like,
And he
oh,
was psychotic already, even as a kid.
yeah, like this is the Austrian painter moment right here, if you know what I mean.
No, can you elaborate? Because I
Au-
haven't heard that
Aust-
term.
no, it's just a term because of a famous person from Austria who was a failed painter who
Oh,
eventually
oh,
that
oh,
you yeah that's
oh.
yeah I can't say his name because I'm pretty sure YouTube would like would messes the recommendations up. But if anyone just needs to know, just Google Austrian painter and you'll be like, yeah, Desmond's that guy essentially. This
Yeah,
yeah
yeah, you have
yeah.
a perfect point. Although I wonder,
Mm.
people argue that that guy got more psychotic after the first, but I don't know.
It's well, we need. Well, we're gonna see more about Desmond's backstory eventually. Like, I could imagine him being like maybe something really bad happened to him, or like maybe he was just radicalized as a youth, and then like sees like the horse and war. Like, okay, these guys are assholes. I have to destroy them. I have to wipe them off the face of the earth, and that's why he got into politics. That's why he got to the position he was, and that's like where like the whole conflict with series started because of a guy just getting radicalized as a kid and just kind of wanting to just finish off the job that the last war didn't do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just a perfect. But now I need to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is just a theory uh, or slash hope scenario. But what do you think will come next as a story arc? Who do you uh, want uh, want to will focus on? What do you think they will focus on, so to speak?
Um. Okay. If I say immediately after this arc, we just go back to the Lloyd, your Anya stuff for like an arc or two, and like after that, I think we do more like maybe we do more character writing when it comes to like the side casts. Like we just maybe we like guess like a mini arc with the handler, and just how she basically got here too as well.
Yeah,
Granted,
the
that's
handler can be a good one.
yeah, like, exactly. Like Handler would be would have like a lot of material with her because she lost her like her husband and daughter. So I I imagine that would be like a very like tragic storyline, which probably would be like a lot more bitter than like this one. Because at least this one has a somewhat happy ending with like with Henry and Martha kind of like reconnecting a bit at the end. With the Handler, it's just going to be like it's just going to be just really going to be a very depressing story. Like I'm going to
Yeah,
I'll give you like like if to make it an analogy, I'm gonna for like the for, just some minor spoilers for the show Better Call Saul. Like I'm not gonna try to spoil anything big. I'm just gonna
a
say
show that you truly enjoy. That's for certain.
Yeah, it's like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, top two pieces of media I've ever watched. Nothing compares to it. Like that's my I guess my hot take of the stream today. And it's not even anime. What about that? But aside from that, like basically the character of Saul Goodman, like the story actually has when it comes before he meets does his thing in Breaking Bad, like the last few episodes before that time, like he basically is like a lot of bad things happen to him. Like he goes through a lot of trauma, and basically like, you just see like his like just kind of like just kind of like seeing he became like a very broken person after some really bad things happened to him. And I imagine like it would be kind of cool if they did this. It's like imagine like they did a thing with the handler where all like the like imagine like it's just like everything went bad for her. Like she just is like the worst day of her life, just terrible on all ends. So like maybe like in like the next page or something, it just shows her just going about her like day to day, just trying just to like move on with her life, just trying to like just being very like herself, just being like very like the handler we see, but underneath all that, it's just a very depressed, very sad character who's just really just kind of like just committed on just not letting this happen again. She refuses to let another person go through what she went through in like the in the war. And so
Yeah,
and just basically kind of like just kind of recontextualizes her from more like a kind of a fun character, like a fun side character with like a bit of darkness to her, to like a bit of a very tragic character that just kind of makes up those interactions earlier in the season, just puts them in a new light. Do I think they'll do that?
exactly.
Probably not, but no, because I think the story will do its own unique thing. But it would sound like it sounds like a cool idea. So I'm just saying, I just wanted
I,
to talk. I wanted to
I
talk about Breaking Bad,
it
Better
makes me
Call Saul
wanna watch.
for uh yeah, Isaac.
I was gonna say your idea sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah, if the author of Spy Family's listening right now, dial me up, man. I can give you some ideas.
Yeah, and I was personally thinking of maybe next one is Desmond, but that feels.
Yeah, I
Well, I
think
don't know if I would call it endgamey, but that one you take later, I dare
yeah,
argue.
I think with Desmond, like taking like I say like using like both my analogy again and using maybe some historical inspiration from the Austrian painter, when with him like like when you look up that guy's life, you see like his early life, like he had some bullshit. He lost his mother who he extremely loved, and it's just like you just see him how he slowly just becomes the monster he later became. And then that's not to say it just makes Desmond like a tragic or relatable or sympathetic character. It absolutely does not. Same with the other guy. It just kind of makes you still would hate this guy, but you understand how like he went from point A to maybe being like maybe someone who could have been a really good man to point B to being like an absolute monster who would like destroy like countless lives just for its own hatred towards another kind of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So maybe they are. I wonder, are they maybe going? If they're not doing the handler, maybe they are doing yours backstory a bit more.
Hmm. I could imagine them doing more Yor and Lloyd stuff, though. I don't. I think like we got enough material with okay, we got like okay, maybe like a short art with yours backstory with her family too, and with regards to Anya, which I think with like one of the three main characters of the series, like it's arguably like
We need to know about the experiment. I
yeah
argue.
yeah like but yeah. Also a side note, like when Anya a few arcs several chapters ago, Anya was was studying for a big test. They befriended like the family befriended this old couple. They're essentially now just like the surrogate grandparents for Anya. It's really wholesome. Like these grandparents actually help Anya to start excelling and all that. And like one of the key things is that Anya aced a test about ancient languages. So like, and Loy asked later, "Hey, Anya, how did you do all that? how do you know ancient languages? And Anya's like, so like so and also like earlier on, I think it was like a quick one shot chapter, like it was like 5 pages, and it shows like Anya's has like a different name, like that she her name's not actually Anya, it's
Anya.
yeah,
What was it? Wasn't it Anya?
Anya, yeah, I think Spawn IX fan. Oh, Anya's. Well, it's regardless. Her name's not her original name was not Anya. It's and so like with this, so with that with with in regards with that, well, probably maybe when we're like in like the like maybe like in a few arcs we'll learn about like where how exactly Anya's deal, like and how like how she got psychic powers and all that.
Yeah, because the reason why I think in there you can argue that she calls herself Anya is because she believed A is pronounced as Y, sort of like that, which is reasonable reasonable mistakes for a kid her age.
Yeah, yeah. Like I mean, she's like she's not. I don't think she's even like 6 years old. Like the first chapter, like the first like time we see her, she's like Lloyd's like okay, she does not look. She looks like what she looked like 4 3, and Anya says no, I am 6 years old. So with with that with her,
Yeah,
I guess the implication is that yeah, Anya she lied about her age. So
yeah. I double checked, and yes, her she thought her name was spelled Ania,
ah.
which is I wonder if it's short for some experimental stuff or something.
It's probably it's like maybe it's like a project. It's just like kind of project this name, just probably like a name like that. Just maybe could just been like a experimental name, or maybe that was just by the name of what her parents gave her. Like, or I kind of like here's like a far out idea. Maybe these are just like some kind of like crazy secret order type of people, like because because if Anya knows an ancient language, chances are maybe these are just some like, kind of like small crazy group of people who just like kind of secret order type, and they're like kind of like just trying to crack like the ultimate way to make psychic powers and all of that, and doing so they create Anya. Like
Yeah,
I don't know how likely that would be, but I think that's like it's not something that's out of question. You know what I mean?
I checked someone in the comment section of Manga Plus, which is where I'm reading my manga most of the time, and it's essentially the European version of Wiz Media / Shonen Jump app. It's an official app, but I digress. And then someone is saying, yes, the out of blue, maybe it's called something along the lines of Association of National Intelligence Agency, which would be ANIA for short.
Okay, you know what? That actually does sound mad clever. Not gonna lie.
I mean, it would fit. I mean, maybe she doesn't really have a right name, and she took the name of the lab in question.
Yeah, yeah, that's likely. Yeah, I think that would be fair-ish to speculate on.
But yeah, it might be an EX chapter, but it was an effective EX chapter. It's the short chapter before chapter 91. If you want to, if you
It's
want
just
to check it out.
all right. Duly noted.
So,
Yeah, yeah. So
but do you have anything more to say about this? What's next, or just going back to the Love and War arc?
I say, or I would say that overall a very great arc. That's not my favorite from the series, but I don't think it's like like it deserves like the backlash it's been getting. Like it's like again, it's not like as epic as say like like as like the say like the cruise ship arc. It's not as epic as like something like that, but it's still like like a very good like detour into like two side characters who with their backstories add more tragedy, but also like kind of like a lot of world building and history to the universe. So I still say it's a solid arc overall.
I agree. And I need to ask, yeah, I forgot to mention something about the arc that I wonder if what you have in terms of theory. Who do you think they are talking about when they're leaving flowers towards at the end of the arc?
I think that's probably just Henry's wife, or like wait, is that a pretty like I need to go back and read those chapters, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's just Henry's wife, just like he's just leaving flowers for his wife, just like who may have passed away, who knows how long ago. Like I'm not certain about that. I'm going I need to go reread those chapters to see if it's ever mentioned that Henry's life is still alive, or if she ever appeared in the series. But I wouldn't be surprised about that. I wouldn't be surprised if that's just the implication that that's just Henry paying respects to his wife. Especially, I think at the dance, like it's shown that Henry and Martha were dance together, and like if you are,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be dancing with another woman if you're married. So I think it's the implications
I
are like,
mean,
she passed away some time ago.
I mean, I see here? Can you believe it's been 15 years? How time flies. So in the second last page here, I don't know if it would be second last page in the app you're reading and all that. Yes, but I'm just thinking, yeah, it's probably the wisest then, considering their age as of right now. It's
Yeah.
not like they're. I was first thinking if it could be her platoon or something that died out, but they aren't exactly in their 40s. So
Yeah, it's pretty sure it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how like man, if they are in like their 50s, they I'm not they kind of age pretty, I guess I guess they had some stress those next 20 years, I suppose.
uh, according to the wiki, they are 66 and 64, which makes sense. And no, considering the time age that they are implicating, that the show is, should I say, in the manga in this case, is going in. I think it's safe to say that she could probably die out of some disease or something,
Yeah, I mean,
unless there is a second, unless there is some part of the war that we are
it,
completely missing,
probably
drawing a blank at.
I think it's just probably safe to say that she just probably just might have just gone like something like cancer and just passed away just because of
Yeah,
that. That's probably just is like we don't need like a big backstory with regards to like how Henry's wife died. It's just people just saying, oh, she just died because of X reasons. So
yeah, and I figured that the talk of if you are free afterward, would you care to join me for some tea? Oh, that sounds nice. If the blend is not too bitter, I have a cup. It had some form of happy ending, then I suppose.
yeah, like that's my main. See, there's a nice. There's sometimes things work out. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah, but let's hope it's good. We are getting something more out of those. So I'm not saying that I want to have them. You
I
get
think
what
if they revisit this, I would like them to do like a small detail thing. Maybe like they just hang out more. Maybe they're just like saying, "Oh, like you want to like still like want to have tea later again," or maybe just like subtle things. Just like, oh, okay, like they're kind of like dating again. They're just kind of like just being like just they're just since they don't really have anyone in their lives. They just kind of like have reforged their little bond, and they're just kind of like little background characters, like little like nice little details to revisit once in a while.
Yeah, I agree. But anyway, this has been a blast as per usual, man.
Yeah, same here, dude. This woke me up a little bit.
That's good. That's good. But Arkwinder, where can people find you?
All right, if people want to find me, you go to my YouTube channel, Arkwinder. If you couldn't figure that out, and if you want, here's some of my videos. If it's like the complete failure of My Hero Academia's war arc, like that's yeah. If you guys want want to drop a real hot take, go check that video out. Also made reviews of Fire Force, Rent a Girlfriend, Chainsaw Man, and it's maybe coming out this month. If I'm just going to go to bed soon because I'm tired, but I will get 100 girlfriends who I really, 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 really love. I don't care. I may have added or subtracted a few reallys. I don't care. It's just. The video will be out, guys. The video will be out. Then I guess then I'm just going to focus on that next My Hero arc, man. That next My Hero arc, and that's going to be that's going to.
Let you see it like this. People now have 100 reasons as to why they should subscribe to you.
Boo! I'm never coming back to these podcasts again. Goodbye, Isak.
I mean, I just had to do that, okay?
You're lucky I'm sleepy right now. Otherwise, I'm going to get back right now.
But anyway, for me, you can find me here at the Amateur Otaku Pod, and my rights as the Wolf Rights, and I have something else cooking up that hopefully should be done by next month, ending of next month or beginning of September. We shall see. But as always, I hope you have a nice conversation, and remember to like and subscribe, and please subscribe and hit the bell, and have it awesome, everyone.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye.